We've got some exciting news to share about the upcoming Nikon Z50 II. It looks like we might see this new camera hit the shelves before the year is out, sporting a fresh new look but with some familiar internals. Remember the original Z50? We thought it was a solid little camera that didn't quite get the attention it deserved. When it came out back in 2019, it was Nikon's first crack at an aps-c camera in their Z series. It was super compact and aimed at photographers who were looking to step up their game. Now, we know Nikon was probably trying to get all their ducks in a row with their mirrorless lineup back then, but they made some interesting choices with the Z50 specs. The 20.9 megapixel sensor raised a few eyebrows, especially when every other aps-c camera out there was rocking at least 24 megapixels. It felt a bit cautious, you know? And it looks like we might be seeing more of the same with the new model. Word on the street, well, of course from Nikon rumors, is that the Z50 II might be sticking with that same 20.9 megapixel sensor. We're crossing our fingers that this info turns out to be wrong because, let's face it, the camera world has moved on quite a bit. I mean, have you seen Fuji's latest X100VI? They're out here with a whopping 40 megapixel sensor. Now don't get us wrong, we're big believers that 21 megapixels can get the job done for most folks. Heck, some of us are happily snapping away with 20 megapixel micro four thirds cameras. But when you're talking about a bigger aps-c sensor, people tend to expect a bit more oomph in the megapixel department. Take Canon, for example. They didn't waste any time replacing the original EOS R6 with its 20.1 megapixel sensor. And with Fujifilm pushing out 40 megapixel bodies left and right, and even Canon's budget-friendly $300 R100 packing 24.1 megapixel, we can't help but wonder if Nikon's playing it a bit too safe as we head into 2025. But it's not all same old, same old. We're hearing some promising whispers about the Z50 II. Apparently, it'll be getting the newer X-Speed 7 image processor, which could mean better image quality and autofocus, and they're finally making the switch to a USB-C port. Oh, and get this, it looks like we'll be getting a fully articulating screen as part of the body redesign. Vloggers, rejoice. Now, we should probably take all of this with a grain of salt. You know how camera rumors can be. If these early specs are on the money, it seems like the Z50 II might be more of a gentle update than a complete overhaul. But hey, let's not knock a good redesign. Look at what it did for the Nikon Z50. That's basically a Z50 in retro clothing, and people love it. We're really curious to see how folks react to the Z50 II when it finally drops. What do you think? Are you excited about these potential changes, or were you hoping for something more dramatic?